Jeff Passan with a huge trade rumor about the San Francisco Giants. That doesn't normally happen. Let's talk about it right here on Locked On Giants.
You are Locked On Giants, your daily San Francisco Giants podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What's up, y'all? I'm Alan Sowles. Welcome to Locked On Giants, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Now, thanks to you, the #1 sports podcast network. On the show, we provide daily episodes Monday through Friday talking about the San Francisco Giants in a way that combines passion, analytics with the eye test, and a little bit of fun. I'm from the Bay Area, but I live in Sacramento now, and I host a show at Sacktown Sports 1140, as well as emceeing Sacramento Rivercast games. All in all, I'm lucky enough to cover a team I've been a fan of all my life. Today, we are discussing that Jeff Passan trade rumor about the Giants trying to get better at the second base position. We got a winter roundup with a couple big moves that have happened so far this week, and it's only Tuesday. And last but not least, a logistical reason for why the Giants might make some sort of trade today or this week. Today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. FanDuel is officially in playoff mode, so visit FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL, and grab your profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. So the big news, well, there's a lot of big news today. We're going to talk about the winter roundup. Nolan Arenado finding his way back to the NL West just to torment Giants and Giants fans even more. So we're going to have some of those larger conversations, Bregman getting signed during our winter roundup segment. But in this first segment, I wanted to discuss, obviously, the report or rumor that came out from Jeff Passan about an hour or so, maybe a little bit more than that earlier today, where Jeff Passan says the San Francisco Giants are aggressively pursuing a second baseman and have been engaged with Chicago on Nico Hoerner and St. Louis on Brendan Donovan, sources tell ESPN. An infield of Matt Chapman, Willy Adames, Donovan, or Hoerner, and Devers would be among MLB's best. So that's from Jeff Passan. And the number one thing that everybody is saying right now is that Jeff Passan doesn't normally do the rumor thing, right? There are some guys out there, there are some media members out there that we can leave nameless, but more of their shtick is the rumor thing. Jeff Passan normally just reports on what's going on, and a lot of times he'll have it first. He doesn't normally talk about a deal that could happen or a team working on doing something. So that kind of caused everybody to raise their eyebrows a little bit because Jeff Passan doesn't normally do stuff like this. And if everybody knows that the Giants are in on a deal like this, could that kind of mess with the leverage or anything like that? So that's really the first thing that I thought in my mind. Now all the comparisons are coming out between obviously the two players. And number one, let me say this, at least it's something, right? At least it's something exciting. And I saw somebody write it in this way, and I thought this was the best way to write it. Because Jeff Passan isn't one of those kind of media members that puts out a lot of rumors, if he's putting his name on something, you know that the Giants are really doing this. Doesn't mean that something's going to happen, but you know that the Giants are clearly making it pretty well known that they're interested in these guys and they're trying to get something done. So the fact that he is talking about it is a good thing. This is from MLB Trade Rumors from Steve Adams. They kind of just bring up what Jeff Passan said, what I just read. And then after that, they kind of give reasons as to why the Giants are trying to head in this situation. Giants second basemen were among the least productive in all of baseball in 2025, hitting a combined 217, 273, 343, and they ranked 27th in the majors, leading only the Angels, A's, and Rockies. Tyler Fitzgerald led San Francisco with 233 plate appearances as the team's second baseman, followed Casey Schmidt, Christian Koss, and Brett Wisely. All four posted well below average numbers with the bat while playing second base, though Schmidt hit better while playing other positions and was close to the league average with the bat overall. Either Donovan or Hoerner would stand as a major upgrade. Both will play next season at 29 years old. Both are established contact hitters with defensive versatility, although the presence of Matt Chapman and Willy Adames on the left side of the infield would lessen the Giants' need to take advantage of that positional flexibility. Here is a good note. Donovan, who agreed to a one-year deal worth $5.8 million to avoid arbitration last week, is controlled through the 2027 season. Nico Hoerner is owed $12 million in the final season of his 3-year, $35 million contract this season. So pretty much Hoerner is less available, or he has less control than Brendan Donovan, and they go on to write that Donovan figures to be the more readily available of the two in trade talks. The Cardinals are in the early stages of a multi-year rebuilding effort under new president of baseball operations. They've already shipped out Sonny Gray, Wilson Contreras in separate deals to the Red Sox, and now they've moved Nolan Arenado. So they're clearly trying to get into this next phase, whereas the Cubs are kind of doing the opposite. The Cubs, they are in on Alex Bregman. Look, the Kyle Tucker thing, we've talked about it a good bit, but yeah, in on Alex Bregman. They haven't really been in those conversations with Kyle Tucker, but that doesn't mean that they are trying to go backwards in any type of capacity. They want to continue to improve and see kind of what they can do as a team out there, not just within their division, but within the NL. So Nico Hoerner might be harder to wrangle, and at the same time, he only has 1 year left, so you don't want to give up too much if you feel like you're going to lose him, or you could lose him in free agency. So that kind of makes things confusing. There are a lot of different comparisons here. They're very, very similar hitters, but a lot of people are saying, well, if you could pick, who would you want? And I think it's less about who you could pick. And in my opinion, just get one of them, right? And whoever costs less money or less assets, that's probably who I would be in on, because they're very, very similar. And I do think it matters because they're very, very similar. And there's a reason where the Giants are interested in both of them. So this is from, former host of the show, Ben Kaspick. Nico Hoerner, 29 in May, elite second base defense, right-handed hitter, Oakland native, Stanford alum, free agent after 26. Since 2023, 103 steals and 122 attempts, 152 games a year, a 10% strikeout rate where the MLB average is 22.5, slashing 284, 342, and 383. Brendan Donovan turns 29 in January. Decent defense at second base, left field, other spots. Left-handed hitter, free agent after 2027 since 2023, 2.9 F-WAR, 13.1% strikeout rate, 122 games a year, slashing 282, 351, and 420. So it is very close how similar these guys are. I think the control factor is a big deal, but you're going to have to pay for that as well. And we also know that the Cardinals are going to be more willing to play ball. So maybe that price tag won't be as crazy. So that is the newest report. Well, I guess I should refresh right now, but that is the newest report from Jeff Passan as far as what the Giants are trying to cook up here, because we're about a month away from pitchers and catchers reporting, and we're not running out of time, but it would behoove the Giants to try to get something like this done. On the other side, let's discuss some of the other moves that have gone on, the winter roundup, and how they could affect what the Giants might be doing or plan on doing before the season kicks up. More Locked On Giants coming up. FanDuel is officially in playoff mode. Every game during the NFL playoffs, FanDuel is giving customers even more ways to get in on the action, because right now, every NFL playoff game, FanDuel users get a profit boost pack waiting for them inside the app. Each game day, you'll see a pack loaded with multiple profit boosts you can apply to the bets you like the most. Open your profit boost pack first thing on game day and see what boost you want to apply. The boost lets you lean into your game day instincts, whether you're backing momentum, defense, quarterback play, or coaching. The boost gives you more juice on the bets you already like instead of forcing you to bet something new. Every play feels bigger, and the boosts make your bets feel that way too. You make your picks, then apply the profit boost to go after even bigger payouts while the playoffs get rolling. So visit FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL, and grab your profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Second segment with you, and we just have a winter roundup. So these are some of the moves that have been made within the last couple days, weeks, and things like that. Alex Bregman signed 5 years, $175 million. He's 31 years old, and he is headed to Chicago. The Cubs, the Red Sox, man, what a weird situation for them. They end up losing Bregman and Rafael Devers, and from what I've been reading, they thought that Bregman didn't really have that many other offers, so they did not kind of put their best foot forward with the offer. Turns out he did, and he left. So the Red Sox go from having a battle and, I guess in a way, picking Bregman over Rafael Devers to play third base for them to losing both of them. So that is not good. That's not good for the Red Sox. So Bo Bichette recently met with the Phillies, and according to John Heyman, he then goes on to say that it went very well. He says, Bichette Phillies meeting is said to have gone very well for what it's worth. Bichette admires first-class organization. Other pluses, roster, park, Mattingly's link, spring, proximity to home. Would Phils need to deal Bohm? Do lesser C or catcher than JT? Other Bo suitors, Jays, Red Sox, Yankees, Dodgers, and more. So, I know the Giants are talking about upgrading the second base position. Does not seem like they are going to do that via the Bo Bichette pathway. That's a huge contract that he's looking for. I know he's a stud and I know he's a baller, but I just don't think the Giants have an appetite for something that big. We're talking about two guys in Brendan Donovan and Nico Hoerner, one guy with 2 years left and another guy with 1. So the Giants not necessarily looking in that direction, or at least it doesn't seem like they are. This is an interesting one too. Yankees and Bellinger camp continue to talk into this week. New York Yankees trying to bridge the gap in years by enhancing their latest offer for 5 years by offering an opt-out, nice signing bonus, no deferrals. Parties have possible options, but effort being made to stay together. So it looks like the Yankees are going to be able to hold on to Bellinger. I know he was a name that a lot of us were interested in if you didn't want to do the Kyle Tucker thing, but seems like unless something goes terribly wrong, Bellinger will be staying in New York and staying with that right field that is very, very good to left-handed hitters. The other one that I have, and this just broke not too long ago, Nolan Arenado to the Diamondbacks. No matter what we do as Giants fans, we just cannot get away from Nolan Arenado. He is here to just make our lives a living nightmare every time we face him. Got a little bit of a break as he was no longer in the NL West after all those years with the Rockies, but he's back. And he is back in full effect. I think it looked like, 2 years left on that deal. And, one part of this that is very, I guess, fascinating, and it links things up to another guy in a very similar situation. I saw a comment on this not too long ago. You have the same type of situation with Matt Chapman. So Nolan Arenado, as we've talked about maybe a week or so ago, Nolan Arenado, he had a no trade clause, right? So he lifted the no trade clause because he's talking to St. Louis saying, okay, cool. What do we think is going to happen here? I'm not the springiest of chickens at this moment in time. I still want to play at a high level. If you guys are trying to move in a different direction, then let's see what we can do. The Diamondbacks went to the World Series a couple years back, so gets back to the NL West where he's familiar, very familiar. So he waived his no trade clause in order for this to happen. And, a lot of people, as we've said before, hey, well, this guy has a no trade clause or that guy has a no trade clause. They all get figured out. I shouldn't say all of them, but a lot of them get figured out once they make sure that they're on the same page. So even though Nolan Arenado is going to leave the Cardinals, they both were able to work something out that they wanted. Nolan Arenado wants to continue playing and, playing at a high level. The Cardinals are going in a different direction. Hey, can we make something work? So again, there are not a lot of situations where a player will just say, no, I'm refusing to leave. They might not want to go where you can find the best deal. But again, that's the leverage piece of it and why they want to sign those contracts. So there you have it. That was kind of the winter roundup. I'll do one more refresh here before we kind of move forward here. But yeah, I don't think that the last thing is that the Mets sounds like they're in on Kyle Tucker for between 120 mil and 140 mil, but it would be a 3-year deal. So that's that shorter deal that we talked about. And I don't even mind if the Mets do it, as long as he doesn't go to the Smurfs. I don't have a problem with it. So we'll see. It looks like, again, we're a month away from pitchers and catchers reporting. I think this week is going to have a lot of different moving parts. And I saw somebody say, Alan, hopefully you got to do another show because something breaks. You know what? If that's the case, I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. One more segment with you. I have a logistical reason why maybe a smaller deal might happen, and it connects to somebody we haven't talked about, but could be joining the Giants very, very soon. More Locked On Giants coming up. Thank you for making Locked On Giants your first listen of the day, and thank you for making Locked On the #1 sports podcast network. You already live your team every day. Now take it up a level and go ad-free. Join the Everydayer Club and get Locked On Giants with no interruptions. Members-only Discord access and more, all for just $5 a month or $50 a year. Go to lockedonsfgiants.supercast.com or check the link in the show notes to learn more. If you're a true diehard Giants fan, the Everydayer All Access tier is built for you. You'll get one-on-one text access with me, all access episodes, an exclusive newsletter, and 15% discount to the Locked On merch store. Head to lockedonsfgiants.supercast.com to join the Everydayer Club and unlock all access. You can also find the link in the show notes. One more segment with you, and this connects. This is from my guy, Jeff Young from Around the Foghorn, and this connects in an interesting way because there is a player out there that I have not talked about because it's not done yet. And I was actually just talking to Jeff about this. Hey, how does all of this work? And you probably know who I'm about to bring up here, but it's not a Luis Hernandez segment, okay? It is not a Luis Hernandez segment because he hasn't been signed yet. But he has been very linked. The 2026 international free agency period opens up in a couple days. The SF Giants have one of the lowest bonus pools at $5.4 million and have been long connected to top middle infield prospect Luis Hernandez. So why would the Giants maybe have to make some type of move? The Giants are still feeling the downstream effect of crossing the luxury tax in 2024 when they signed Willy Adames to a 7-year deal. They forfeited their 2nd and 5th round picks in the 2025 draft, as well as $1 million in international bonus pool funds in 2026. Last offseason, Adames rejected a qualifying offer from the Brewers. This means that there was draft and bonus capital tied to his name. The penalty can be prohibitive in some cases, but with a long-term deal, the nominal value from the signing usually outweighs the lost capital. The good news is that the Giants reset those penalties by staying below the luxury tax in 2025. The Giants will still need to operate within constraints in the international signing period. The bonus pool of $5.4 million allotted to them is a hard cap. MLB would not approve any deals that exceed that amount. Signing bonuses below $10,000 do not count against the cap. So this is what I was talking to Jeff about. Teams generally have handshake agreements well in advance of the signing period. Those deals are usually finalized as soon as the signing period opens up. For the Giants, they have been connected to middle infield prospect Luis Hernandez out of Venezuela. If the signing goes through, it will make the 2nd straight year that they added one of the top prospects in this channel. Last year, they signed Josuar Gonzalez out of the Dominican Republic. So this is why a move, hang with me, this is why a move might have to get made. Hernandez is expected to earn a signing bonus in the neighborhood of $5 million, about 90% of the Giants' bonus pool. They are also expected to make a couple other notable signings, which should push them close to the bonus pool cap. While teams cannot exceed their bonus pool, they can supplement it through trades. The Giants did that last year when they shipped bullpen prospect William Kempner to the Miami Marlins for international bonus pool funds. That trade might be a template for what is to come this week. If Hernandez's bonus is even higher than expected, it could push them right against their bonus pool threshold. Even if the Giants do not make a move, it should be an exciting week for Giants fans as the organization will land another top player in this channel. So yeah, the long and the short of it is that the Giants might need to make a move to add to their bonus pool to ensure that they can sign Luis Hernandez and whoever else they want to sign during this signing period. So it's probably not going to be a name that we are very, very familiar with. At least I hope not, but there could be something moved around so the Giants can feel very comfortable as they enter into the signing period and can say, okay, cool, Luis Hernandez, let's get this done. Now Allen can actually talk about you. Now Allen can actually talk about what makes sense for them moving forward, and the battle between, we already have people doing comparisons between Luis Hernandez and Joshua Gonzalez. People, it's not done yet. Can we just wait for it to be done? So that is something that I wanted to lay out to you, but lay out to you in a specific way, because it might mean another move happens. And if you're scrolling through and you see, Allen, what is this tiny, smaller move that's being made? What is the point of this? That's basically the point of it, or that is a large piece of it. And that's why the Giants might have to do something maybe later today, or maybe tomorrow, to ensure that when it is time to take that handshake agreement to the next level, they have the funds and they don't have to worry about dealing with with Major League Baseball and whatever constraints that they may have based on some of the amounts of money that they cannot exceed. So that was something that I wanted. I know it was a little bit more in the weeds and not the same as, not as fun as the Brendan Donovan trade and the Nico Hoerner trade, but that is something that's going to connect all together, because look, we need a stud shortstop, and it might be Joshua, it might be Luis, assuming that Luis signs, but this is where this thing is headed. And it's no disrespect to this current team, but we're always looking forward, and we're always looking to try to get better in any way possible. And this is going to be, or could be, I almost did it, could be a very huge signing for the Giants if all things work out for them. Thank you for watching Locked On Giants. Thank you for listening to Locked On Giants. Be sure to follow me on social media at @the_Styles Files, Styles with an I. If you never miss an episode, the Everydayer Club is built for you. Get Locked On Giants ad-free, plus members-only Discord access and more. Head to lockedonsfgiants.supercast.com to join the club. For those of you on video, we send you to the first ever 24/7 national Locked On Podcast Network YouTube channel. On audio, make sure you make your second listen Locked On MLB. We will talk to you tomorrow. Hopefully, there will be some big news to discuss. Seems like we're getting closer and closer. But until then, peace.